Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, DejaVu The Oracle. Today I'm coming to you all with a collective reading.
So I'm coming back and I'm just doing a voiceover for the video because they're doing construction where I live and it was just a bit noisy once I went back and actually listened to it. So this is future Deja coming back to edit the video from the past, okay?
This is one of those videos you don't necessarily have to actually watch the video. You can just leave it playing in the background because it may not align in terms of the sound and the video. But the overall theme that I have for this reading is one of God's favorites. So congratulations to anybody coming across this video. How does it feel to be one of God's favorites? That is the energy that I am getting right now. God is putting us in a space where we are required to level up and transform in a way. At this point, it's no way of resisting it, denying it, none of that, no downplaying. We are now in a space where it's either where it's do or die. You shine or get left behind. If you came across this video, you are ready to shine. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it a little bit deeper. So if you came across this video, I feel like you have definitely, like, you can feel the energy. You feel like it's time for a shift, and you may not necessarily know which direction or which path to go towards, or you know what direction it is that you should be shifting in. So I think that has landed you in a state of a lot of prayer. Now, although that may be your normal, you may just have, you know, a great relationship, a great spiritual relationship with God, your ancestors, that type of stuff. But I feel like lately you have been in prayer a lot because you are trying to lean more on God versus external sources. So you may have decided to step away from religious or spiritual organizations like church or any other type of organizations that you have found yourself in or gotten comfortable in. And I think that's because now you realize you don't necessarily need a middleman. So you're now realizing how close your connection is with God, and you want to lean further away from the judgment of people and, you know, the other energy that actually all that other energy that comes with dealing with people versus going directly with God. So again, you want to lean a bit away from the judgment of people, and you just want to vibe with God how you want to vibe with God, you know? And the relationship that you have with God is just that. Everybody's on their own spiritual journey. So if you watched my the first pick a card reading that I put on YouTube, what do you need to hear right now? You may have chosen the pile where I mentioned your prayers are reaching the ears of God. And that's because, again, I'm getting the energy of how does it feel to be one of God's favorites. Spiritually, I really feel like that you're gifted. And of course, gifts must be protected. So you're very spiritually protected. And especially on this new journey that you're about to embark on, you're highly protected. And that is exactly why you should not fear really anything. Of course, fear is always something that you can use, but I feel like right now that's something that you might need to step away from so you can fully transform into what it is you're capable of. Because every time I say you can I say your highest self or the highest version of yourself all the time, but I feel like we're always transforming. So I don't necessarily feel like, you know, it will be the highest version of yourself right now. We're always transforming and evolving. So you're not afraid to be confident in who you are right now and all of the wisdom that you have acquired through all of these experiences, no matter how old you are. So like I said, we're always transforming, we're always evolving. So it's never like there's like a final destination for us. I don't think that that's the way we should look at life. After all, this is a journey and we're always moving to the next stop. So it's like a bus stop, like a train. We're always going to the next stop. It's always the next stop. Surprises and blessings, of course, are always being worked out behind the scenes before they make their way to us. That's why we would call them a surprise or a miracle. Nothing just comes out of thin air. So again, it was being worked on behind the scenes. It just was something that we couldn't necessarily see at the moment. So imagine someone, you know, again, considering I feel like you're more of a person that's highly spiritual and you're into prayer a lot, you could be using your gifts, your spiritual gifts, to pray for people, to, you know, pray that they get out of certain situations. That could also be financial. You're praying for someone else's financial struggles, although you could be going through your own. When you're praying for other people, they could be getting and receiving miracles in their lives just off the strength of your prayer. And, you know, again, because you may be more spiritual, you may not even pray for yourself in the ways of physical abundance or receiving things physically, which is something you definitely need to get into, something you need to start doing, because again, we live in a physical world. So no matter how spiritual and connected to God we are, we have to have a balance in terms of spiritual and physical. So you need to start using your own prayer and magic for yourself and your own physical abundance as well. It's great though that you have the empathy for other people to pray for them. So what I was getting at was, imagine you praying for someone to come out of their financial struggles, and you're also dealing with financial struggles, but they somehow win the lottery or they come across money and then they bless you. So they receive money on the back end some type of way, and then they surprise you, or they want to help you out in a way that will relieve you of financial burdens and stress as well. So always be open to miracles coming from anywhere, because they can happen at any time and they can literally come from anywhere. So don't be so hard on yourself if you genuinely feel like you're doing all that you can without burning out. If you feel like your physical efforts are matching your spiritual efforts, don't be so hard on yourself, because again, this is when miracles come out of the blue, quote unquote, because again, they aren't just coming out of nowhere. They aren't just coming out of thin air. So there had to have been a build up. It was on its way to you. You just didn't know. Yeah. So if you're actually putting a question to ask yourself is, are you exerting your energy into things that you actually want a return on? Are you putting any energy toward the things that actually bring you joy and bring out your inner child, which is, just your genuine happy self before the world altered you? So what are you really putting your energy into? Physically, we may have to work a job to bring in the finances, but you have to prioritize your time in a way where you aren't exerting all of it to something that isn't building for you personally. So you're putting all of your energy into your job. Now you don't have any energy to put into the things you want to do personally. So I'm not going to say quit the job, but just don't put so much energy and pressure on yourself for a job if it's not allowing you to have energy for the things that you want to bring into this reality. Because then we get stuck in the loop, we get stuck in the matrix, and we're just working a job. We never end up doing anything that we genuinely care about and that we're passionate about. So don't get stuck in that loop. You want to actually put your energy into things that make you feel like your genuine happy self. That feeling that you had when you were a kid and life just wasn't so serious and like such a big weight on your shoulders all the time. You want to incorporate things that you're more passionate about in your everyday life, okay? And although it's very hard to not allow the world to kind of beat you down in a way as you grow older and you start to be more conscious of how things are working and, how things are in the world, it's hard to not let that beat you down and really alter your spirit. But again, if you came across this video, I feel like you're already in a space of wanting to do better, wanting to transition. You're just trying to figure out how to shift into this next phase and next chapter into your life. So now that we know better, it's time to take the shackles off, okay? So we can't allow the world to intimidate us. Like I said, now is the time to shine or be left behind. We can't let the world intimidate us anymore, okay? We're loving and accepting ourselves so much these days that it's more of a hassle to pretend. It's more of a hassle to hide our light. It's more of a hassle to not shine than anything else. It's more of a hassle to pretend to be anyone else or anything else. So we nowadays, we are facing intimidation 10 toes down. You feel me? Even if it's just you in the way of you. You have to stand 10 toes down even when it comes to yourself. So look in the mirror, tell your fear and all those other emotions that's stopping you from really stepping out there. You tell it to get out the way, baby. You tell it to get out of the way. We are stepping our willpower up this year for the rest of our lives. Okay? It is the start of a new chapter. These are new beginnings. Okay? So look in the mirror and tell the fear that we're stepping our willpower up. You feel me? We have shit to do. We can't keep letting external things really intimidate us when we know how we feel on the inside. It's like you have to have a conversation with yourself when it comes to fear. We got to start telling ourselves, you got to put the fear down. We have to really convince ourselves in a way, like you would convince someone else, or, like you would talk to a friend. we're always in our heads, and we don't realize that we need ourselves as a friend. Literally the bestest of friends. So talk to yourself with love and actually listen with love and compassion. When these feelings of fear and imposter syndrome come up, you have to really look at yourself in the mirror, talk to yourself, sit down and have a conversation with yourself. Explain to yourself why you are fully equipped to do all of the things that you dream of. And even if you feel like you're not, you have the capabilities to go acquire the skills you need to get it done. When that imposter syndrome creeps up, you talk to yourself and tell yourself, calm yourself down. When you talk to yourself with love and compassion, it'll slowly dim the fear because you're more accepting and open to the reality that you're desiring. So you talk yourself through it. And now you see that you can put fear in the back of your toolbox when it comes to chasing your dreams, okay? We don't need it all the time. It's just a tool. Just like your positive attributes are tools. Even if it's daily or all throughout the day for a while, you have to remind yourself of what tools would benefit your spiritual growth in a moment, okay? So don't allow your ego to convince you to hold what's not elevating you. So now that we've shown ourselves that we're actually brave and competent, and we are leaving behind self-sabotage, self-doubt, and trauma bonding, we're only accepting balance right now, okay? We can really talk ourselves through the fear and really let ourselves know that we have all that we need to get it done. And we're not allowing anything that is detrimental to our spiritual growth in our lives right now. Again, even if that is ourselves, we cannot be afraid of external intimidation or internal intimidation. We're facing it 10 toes down, standing solid. What's up? Okay? Because we're clear on the fact that we deserve better. We deserve to let ourselves flourish and not hold ourselves back. And definitely not let other people's opinions hold us back either. Exerting energy and putting energy into things that don't actually light us up and bring out our inner child, that genuine joy. So now we're being intentional, okay? We're being intentional with our mental health these days, and we are not afraid of physical transformation. We're not afraid of emotional transformation. We're not afraid of spiritual transformation, okay? We're taking evolution and we're looking at it as a blessing. I'm grateful to be able to evolve. I'm grateful to be able to transition into a wiser version of myself, okay? It's no more being intimidated by external factors, okay? So we're taking back control of our lives. And that can be scary if you've always felt a lack of control, like you've never felt in control of your life. That can be scary because you know this is a new experience. All new things can be scary before you actually do it. You're being guided and protected right now, okay? So on your journey in general, you are guided and protected in all realms, in all times, in all possible ways. So remember that. And allow these many deaths to transform you. You have to find the silver lining in all of these experiences that we're having. Allow it to actually transform you, because it's now time to fully step into the 2.0 version of yourself. Now, I don't know how many versions of you it's going to be. You could be stepping into version 5.0, but it's time to level up. It's time to shift. It's time to go into the version of ourselves that's scratching and itching to get out. Okay? So no more holding it down, no more suppressing, none of that. We're allowing ourselves to flourish in this season. All right? So that was the collective message that I have for you all today. If this is a message that you genuinely needed to hear right now, please let me know down in the comments. Like the video, share it to anyone else that you think could receive something from the message. Your prayers, top notch. You're a prayer warrior, okay? Don't forget it. Use your prayers and your spiritual gifts for yourself as well, not just other people, because you are also deserving of the best physical life that you can have in terms of physical abundance. Money, okay? We can't just stick to spiritual elevation. We also have to, have a balance of the physical, because you deserve to live a beautiful life. So, yeah, we're stepping out of fear and we're stepping into this beautiful life that we desire and that we deserve. Okay, if you did enjoy the message and you got something from it, please like. If you haven't subscribed already, please do that as well. I also posted a new TikTok video for messages of the day. If you haven't seen that already, please go over to my TikTok and view that, because it goes with this message, you know, hand in hand. I'm just not recording the voiceover for the message, but I actually did the reading a couple days ago. So in that TikTok video that I did that ties into this reading, this collective reading, the symbolism for a dragonfly kept coming up. So if you want to look into that, look up a symbolism for a dragonfly. That could be beneficial to you as well. Okay, so thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in my next video.